In our last video, we created these extra paths for best stock and portfolios and stocks, and we added data, and then we created our second beta, or iteration 2, for our users to start playing with it. And of course, we provided these links where they get documentation and can make different calls and access different benefits of the prototype. So next, we're going to touch this one on getting a little bit more into the resource definitions. So right now we have stock here, and exchange is a string called NASDAQ, but we got some feedback from our users that an exchange really should be the exchange plus the country. So we're going to give an example of how data types are used. So data type is just another object. So in the Open API, it's another component, but we just separate out resource components from components used to describe properties just to make it helpful. So let's make an actual exchange object, and we can say is a location and exchange name. So we're going to add in one that's called the name of the exchange, and we're going to add one here called the location, and they're both fine for now to be strings. So I'm going to add that data type in, and now I'm going to go over to my stock. And instead of exchange being a string like NASDAQ before, I'm going to now change this to be a data type. And then I'm going to choose that, which is exchange, and I'll say yes, it's required, and I'm going to click OK. And then when I do an update, now you'll see the stock now contains an exchange, and that is now a nested object. If I want to go back to my data now, because I had stocks there before, remember we had Amazon and Tesla stocks already defined, I come down to my stocks, and now we see that exchange automatically was created. We just need to fill that data in. So we're going to call this and location, and I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to edit this one, and we're going to go NASDAQ and USA, and the same thing with our portfolio stock. When we come through here, now again, this can all be done through logic, but for now we're just going to do this manual because we're just getting started. And name we will call NASDAQ and USA. Alright, so now we are all set. So this iteration gives an example of how we can start expanding on our resources, and you can have nested types very deep if need be. And now, in order to let our users now take a look at our latest iteration, we're going to click again, deploy to cloud, and this is now my beta 3. And I'm going to say we should start adding some data here. Check out my API. Stock now has exchange object. So I'm going to deploy. And this will create another iteration that's in the cloud. And you notice all these prototypes are still available, so we don't cancel someone out who's in the middle of testing. So all we need to do is, because we didn't change any path, we can just grab that URL or that new endpoint key, and then from my best stock, I'm just going to change it to my new endpoint key, and we will click get, and then you'll see there's a new exchange. Now I notice that exchange is empty. Best stock, did we change best stock? Oops, we forgot to. Let's check just stocks because we forgot to check that, but I just want to show you that 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 is working. So I'm going to choose stocks. And this is where we made changes. And you'll now see, oh, there's our NASDAQ as we expected. And of course, we can go back and check our portfolios. Portfolios 1/stocks. And you'll see there is our portfolio, stocks. And you'll see also we have links in here that help users around as well. All right, so that's our next iteration. We should just change this quickly just to keep it consistent. Oops. And, oops, let's stock that. Let's do this. We'll go to NASDAQ. And the location is USA. So now we're all synced up. Okay, and that was our iteration 3, where we added into our data type, we added the exchange into our stock. And again, to send that out for users, just click on beta 3 and send them all the information, send them on these links, whichever information that you want to provide at this time. Thank you.